What is up, lads and ladies, it's Edward here and welcome back to another video where today, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing my Premier League predictions. So we may as well start from the bottom. To get relegated and to say the bottom of the table, I'm going to say is Liverpool. I wish. No. In all honesty, I think 20th is going to be Swansea. They've been flicking their eyes at it for so long now that this season I think they're going to get relegated. Yeah, they've brought in Tammy Abraham from Chelsea, which is a good signing in all fairness, but if they lose Gylfi Sigurdsson to us, which could happen in the next couple of days apparently, then they've got no creativity, no influence in the midfield, because Sigurdsson basically won them most of their games and won them most of their points. So I do think if they do lose Sigurdsson, they will get 20th. So the 19th position I am going to actually say is Crystal Palace. Now Palace have actually just brought in a new manager, Frank de Boer, but he's completely new to the Premier League. He's never actually managed in this league before, and in his last managing spell at Inter Milan, he was fired after 80 days. That's not good to bring a manager like that in. And they've only made two signings. They've made Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea for loan, and Jairo Riedewald from Ajax, a 20-year-old defender, which could be good, don't get me wrong, it could be good, but I just feel like they're not. Yes, they've got the likes of Benteke in and other players like that, but I just don't think they're going to do it. I really don't think Palace are going to actually stay in the Premier League this season. 18th position, I'm actually going to go with Watford. Now, they have brought in a new manager who is okay with the league in Marco Silva, but he managed Hull, and to get them to 18th position from where they were is damn good. But honestly, are Watford much better than Hull? They're not really, and to look at the signings that they've made, they've brought in Will Hughes from Derby, who is a very, very good player for the Championship in Derby, but he's not experienced in the Premier League. Honestly, reading that list, Tom Cleverley, okay, experienced, pretty good, but I don't think he's going to be like I've been saying, that level that can keep Watford in the Premier League. So I actually think Swansea, Watford and Palace are all going to get relegated next season. And now, just missing out on a place in relegation, Brighton. Now Brighton have actually made some very interesting signings. They've spent the money wisely in my opinion on a brand new goalkeeper from Valencia, a very underrated one, especially on the likes of FIFA, Matthew Ryan, an Australian, I think, who is starting most games in goal for Australia when he does play international football, which that could be quite a good signing for them. I think he could do quite well in the Premier League. They actually haven't got rid of any of their quality key players like Knockhart, who was the player of the year for the Championship. So he could certainly actually work well for them this season. So I think Brighton will just miss out. And along with them in 16th position is Huddersfield, the other promoted team. And I think Huddersfield have actually done some quality signings. They have actually signed Aaron Moy from City, who they did have for the whole season for the Championship, if I can remember rightly. So he's got that knowledge already of playing with the team. He could be solid. He could be a very good player for them. I haven't followed Huddersfield that greatly, but as far as I know, they haven't got rid of any of their key players in the team. So that could be quite imperative to them staying up. Then 15th position is the other promoted team, Newcastle. Reason why they're 15th and not any lower? I mean, the players that, again, it's just transfers at the end of the day. The transfers are making the difference. And Newcastle didn't have a great season last time they were in the Premier League. They did win the Championship, but Newcastle, in my opinion, have actually spent the money very wisely that they earned from coming back to the Premier League. They've brought in Christian Atsu, signing Jacob Murphy and Javier Manquillo. Well, do some good work for the defence and all the parts of the team where they're playing. You know, actually, I'll be honest with you, from about 10th till 14th was a bit of a tricky one for me. I was trying to just figure out which teams would be best in what order. So I've gone 14th, I've gone with Burnley. Now Burnley were an interesting team last year. They did get quite high up, so all credit to them. Sean Dyche and all of them. Brilliant last year, in my opinion. I thought they played brilliantly. But that was due to the fact of Tom Heaton and Michael Keane. Tom Heaton's still there, but he is getting on a bit. So if he's going to be playing every game, we'll see. But Michael Keane, of course, has come to Everton, which I think is a massive signing, but it's a massive loss for Burnley, because that's basically most of their defensive work and the clean sheets gone. And then 13th and 12th. 13th I've gone Stoke, 12th I've gone West Brom, because, I don't know, me personally, the signings they've made have been okay. West Brom have brought in Jay Rodriguez, Stoke brought in, I think it was like Darren Fletcher, Kurt Zuma on loan from Chelsea. Again, how many times am I going to say that word in that sentence? And West Brom have brought in the likes of Jay Rodriguez, and I can't pronounce any of the others. They've not lost any of their main players, but they've not really made any key additions to the team. The managers that are with them, Mark Hughes and Tony Pulis, just don't play extraordinary football. They get the points, they get the draws, they get the wins, but they don't play that great football, so you don't really expect them to get that high up. 11th, I've actually gone with Leicester City. Leicester last season obviously didn't do great. They had to get rid of Ranieri, and I think if they get rid of Mahrez, which looks more and more likely each day, that is also going to, like Swansea, it's going to really affect the position that they're going to end up in the table. They have brought in Harry Maguire from Hull, probably one of the few brilliant players for Hull last season, one of the few standouts at least. Iborra from Sevilla, who is a very good centre defensive mid or something like that, so that's going to really seal up the gaps in the midfield that they did have last year. And as well, Iheanacho from City, who is a very, very good striker. Him and Vardy up top could be very, very good for the league, but I do think they will lose Mahrez. So now I think 10th is going to be Southampton. Why? Like I've said for basically every team, the transfers. 2. Oh, no, actually, they've made 1, with not including the manager. They have brought in a new manager, Mauricio Pellegrino, but he's not got any experience in the league. They haven't lost any key quality players like Davies, or Ward-Prowse, or Austin, or Long, or Forster, any of those who are very, very good for the team. They've got the experience. It's just the new manager. He's not brought in anyone apart from Jan Bednarek from Lech Poznan. They haven't brought in the quality that they need to start pushing up the table or make the difference. Yes, they haven't lost any of their players, but they've not brought in any up in the quality. Number 9th, which is Bournemouth. I actually think Bournemouth are going to do a very, very good season this season. They have brought in Begovic from Chelsea, a very good goalkeeper, especially when he played for Stoke, so he has got that experience. Definitely an upgrade on Boric. And they've also brought in Nathan Akai, which he played very well for them last season. But he's certainly going to help shore up the defence. He's not going to get them conceding as many goals. That, with Begovic behind them as well, is going to certainly save them a lot of clean sheets. They play some good football as well when they do. Passing, scoring as well. Jermaine Defoe from Sunderland, what a signing. So of course, 8th, I'm saying is West Ham. West Ham somehow just out of nowhere have had this brilliant summer transfer window. They brought in Joe Hart, they brought in Zabaleta at the start of the window. They brought Javier Hernandez for 16 million. That is quality. And a bargain. And Arnautovic, I completely forgot about that. If they manage to keep all their star players like Antonio, like Lanzini, then they're going to have another very good season. Now we're into the top 7. As much as I hate to say it, I actually think 7th is going to be my team. Everton. Which does annoy me because of the signings we have made in this window. Keane, definite upgrade to what we had for centre-backs last season. New goalkeeper in Pickford. Quality from Sunderland. Klaassen, quality for the midfield. Rooney returning is massive news. That is going to bring goals, I think. But I just don't think we're going to be able to get the top 6. I think we can do a cup. I think we can get a good cup journey going. I think if we can get Sigurdsson from Swansea, then I think we could get into the top 6, but it's going to take some massive work. 6th, I'm going to say, is actually Arsenal. Arsenal have brought in some decent money with Lacazette signing, Kolasinac, 2 very good signings for the team, and they've not actually got rid of any of their big players from the team either, and apparently Sanchez is going to be staying as well, which is going to be massive. I don't know, I feel like Arsene Wenger is starting to the quality's starting to dwindle. The likes of Spurs, Liverpool, City, United, Chelsea are all up in their quality. They're buying great players, and yes, Lacazette is a great signing. He's definitely the striker they need, but will he score the goals that he scored for Lyon? That's the big question, I think. Now, number 5, I'm going to say is Spurs. I'd love to say Spurs will get higher in the table. I would love to. Spurs are great. They've got a great English setup, great midfield, defence, goalkeeper, striker in Harry Kane, who can bag them loads of goals. All of these players who were key in them getting second last year, but they needed to add that extra bit of quality to get higher up in the table, and they haven't done it. So I do think 5th is going to be where Spurs will end up. Plus as well, they've got the likes of the Champions League as well to contend with, which they weren't great with last year, so we'll see. Now 4th, as much as it makes me hate to say it, I'm going to say 4th is going to be Liverpool. Liverpool have made brilliant signings in Salah, in Robertson and Solanke. Another player who is going to be critical in their position is Coutinho. Now of course Neymar has actually just gone to PSG for 200 million and all that, which is a lot of money, but they're looking for a replacement, Barcelona. They're looking for that replacement for Neymar, and they're looking at Coutinho. Coutinho could go to Barcelona. Apparently rumours are that he could be, he's more and more likely each day going to Barcelona. So if Barcelona do sign Coutinho, I think that's going to have a massive position, and I think they're going to drop. I actually think Klopp is stubborn, so I think he'll keep Coutinho. So I think they're going to stay 4th. 3rd is going to be Chelsea, the whole reigning champions and all that. Because, yes, they brought in Rudiger and Morata, but Morata is unproven in this league. So having to rely on him and Batshuayi, so no proven goal scorer in the league, the midfield is going to help them a lot. Kante and the new signing Bakayoko from Monaco, I do think they'll do well in the league, but I don't think they'll do, they'll win the title, because a lot of people I think will have figured out what Conte's game is. I think Champions League is going to have a massive, basically, argument in where they're going to finish as well. So I don't think they're going to win the league, but they will do well, in my opinion. I think they will. Anyway, because they've still kept the quality in Hazard at the minute, if Barcelona don't come calling. Now, of course, what's left is now Man United and Man City. And I think just missing out on the title is going to be United. United, I think, are going to come second. They have brought in Matic, who is going to really bolster up the midfield. Pogba might actually be going forward more, which is going to... He can score goals, he can get assists. Up with his new partner, Romelu Lukaku, who they did get from Everton, which isn't heartbreaking at all. Nope, no way. No. He's going to get them goals from head, right foot, left foot. Oh, any Ferroso he would have got, he's going to get for United. Oh, and they've also got Lindelof, which I completely forgot about. So, of course, in first position, I think it's going to be Manchester City, because they spent so much money that I think it's going to be unquestionable that I think they will win the league. Why? Because the transfers they've made, they've needed to make. The defence, they've improved. They brought Danilo, Walker, Mendy. He's got his first year under his belt in the Premier League, so that means he's got the experience that he can get, and he'll probably do well this season. And the main reason why they conceded so many goals, Claudio Bravo got the perfect replacement in Edison, and as well Bernardo Silva, who I completely forgot about, another instrumental player in Monaco's win of the league. He could be good. He could be very good. Don't forget they've got De Bruyne still, they've got Aguero, they've got Jesus, who certainly did very well for his introduction to the league. So I think City are going to win it this year. So that's actually my predictions for the league. So if you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my opinion? Who do you think is going to win the league? Who do you reckon is going to get relegated? Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.